Hey everyone, I know this is a bit late, but I would like to address the recent deaths of three celebrities slash entertainers that I felt and still feel very highly about. Chester Bennington, George Romero, and Martin Landau. Let's talk about Chester Bennington first, since his death was the most recent. I remember listening to Linkin Park back when I was in high school, and that will tell you how old I am. I remember how big they were, and not just because they were on the radio, but they were also local. They grew up, several of the band members at least, grew up in the Agora Hills area, which was only about 15 to 20 minutes from where I went to high school. Linkin Park was a huge deal. And over the years, I've been following their albums. I love the first three albums. I think they're three of the best albums ever produced. And I was really shocked when I heard about Chester's death. It surprised me, even though some of the lyrics in the songs are pretty dark. I never expected him to actually commit suicide. And this was a very similar story to what happened with Chris Cornell, and I did talk about that a few months back. I'm really hopeful that this will continue to open up the debate about depression. It's just really sad. And again, like I said in that previous video, just because you're famous, just because you have money, just because you have a family, none of that guarantees happiness. And I'm hopeful that his death will lead to more people talking about depression, and it will continue to be something that is not marginalized. Now, I'd like to talk about George Romero, who was known for the Night of the Living Dead trilogy, Night of the Living Dead, of course, and Dawn of the Dead and Day of the Dead. Dawn of the Dead, in my opinion, is one of the greatest horror movies ever made. I love zombie movies. I love horror movies. I think Dawn of the Dead was an all-time classic. And I think without those movies, you would not have The Walking Dead, which exists today. I think that a lot of filmmakers really owe something to George Romero. He really paved the way for a lot of today's filmmakers and people making zombie movies and horror movies in general. And last on the list, Martin Landau, great actor going way back. I mean, his career spanned decades. I think one of his earliest movies was North by Northwest, the Alfred Hitchcock movie, classic movie. But for me, the role that I remember most from him is Ed Wood in 1994, when he played the role of Bela Lugosi. I thought that that was one of the best acting performances I've ever seen, and that movie is one of my all-time favorites. I highly recommend it. Made by Tim Burton, starring Johnny Depp and Martin Landau, of course, in the supporting role as Bela Lugosi. Excellent movie, and I believe he won an Oscar for that role, and deservingly so. So, all three deaths definitely hit me this week, and I just wanted to share my thoughts. All three of them, very talented people, very talented entertainers, and sad to see them go. So leave a comment, let me know what you thought about them, some of your favorite memories, and I'll see you guys around.